So we are talking about the generation of boomers, the most and the extreme retardation that they have acquired, because uh, as they were left with all the tools and the capacity to thrust Kenya to a modern era, they chose to be withheld by their petty biases, by their retarded brains. You know, this generation, I told you, people born 1940 to 70. Of course, not all, because the other day people saw me with Baba and whatever. I mean, Baba has paid his dues. I mean, he sought out to ensure that people got a new constitution. There are people who paid their dues, but for the most, they're the ones who sit there in a very condescending attitude, like Ezekiel Mutua. You hear that useless bastard when he opens his mouth. What does he say? You young people, yeah, they have such condescending terminology like, when I was your age, I already had a car, I already had a house, I already had a what? What? You are getting houses for free. You walk into a bank without any collateral, you get money. That's their narrative. They don't want to admit, they don't want to take responsibility that we are in this mess thanks to them, no, not even in part, wholly because of them, because of now they have, when they sit down in their clusters of influence, like now I told you, those people who call themselves elders, they call themselves church officials, I don't know what, they sit down and they sit without any honor or shame. They say, si uchawi ni maombi. They mislead young people who know no better. And then the young people, your opportunities continue fizzling out because you are mistakenly and inadvertently listening to your elders. There is no harm in stating and telling your elders and telling your parents that they have made an error, that they are the cause of our misery today. You should be doing it every day repeatedly. In my community, there's a famous supermarket owner, and when I started poking holes into his source of wealth, some people there, and let me tell you how boomers are stupid. Some people in the community, instead of propping up somebody, yeah, because they think now I'm going to vie MP there and whatever, instead of them propping up somebody, instead of saying, we want Wafula, we want Kamau, we want Joroge, we want you to be to be the MP, they are now preparing, they are sowing the seeds amongst their useless children that we have to let's wait 2027 to cancel this guy, not even to prop up somebody who is better than me. You see, this is the stupidity of the boomer generation, because all I was saying is that this guy, his supermarkets have only created jobs for the cashiers and the tellers there, nothing else. But everything else he gets from China, he imports from China, from Turkey, and it's coming at the expense of mass, the Juakali operators who could be making those sufurias, those watts, imports everything, even toothpicks. And then using that dirty money, he has been able to buy every public utility land, because it's a lot of money. So everywhere where there is contentious land that belongs to the public, anywhere where families are fighting as regards to succession politics, inheritance, he's there. He wants to buy that because the money is so much. Now, those are the people who are worshipped by the church. They are worshipped by church leaders because they are able to pump their proceeds of crime in volumes, and the church officials are left helpless, to the extent that they are now worshipping these individuals more than they are worshipping God. This is the era of toxic boomers. You should be in a position to tell your parents and your grandparents that they are useless bastards and we are here because of them, and they should be part of the solution. They should now, we don't want to hear any more of their political opinions because they have spoken, and then all their thinking was shaped by toxic warmongers like Mutahi. You see, they are so scared of embracing new ideology or alternative ideology. When you sit down with them, you tell them, we talk to your parents, tell them something. They have, some of them have property, you tell them, hey, we can do this, we can add value. No, we don't do that. They've held us back with their toxicity and their retardation and their backwardness. You understand? There's this CS who is called Mutahi Kagwe, who then, he was a CS during the Kibaki era and then came to become a CS during the Uhuru era. Now, let me give you a short example. Mutahi Kagwe was the Minister of Communication during the Kibaki era. He was tasked with, now there are this, we call it the submarine undersea cable. These are the cables that were supposed to launch or to herald a new era of communication in Kenya, to make it the hub of innovation in East and Central Africa. So the country they were first landing even before South Africa was Kenya. There were two. There was one called Easy and another one called Teams. One was terminating, I don't know, in Fujairah in United Arab Emirates. Others were terminating somewhere else. He started them then, but they were delayed because he had to go there to that company and form another company to ensure he's insinuated, to ensure that today he's still earning money. You see, like how our problems with fuel, while Ruto is exacerbating them and exploiting them for his own personal needs because he wants to primitively acquire money so that he can come last minute to the idiots like now the stupid old women of Moranga who are singing to Okira Tene. He can come last minute and flood them with handouts so that they can he can induce a temporary amnesia as regards to how he has mismanaged the economy for the better part of his 5-year tenure. He wants to come now the last year and flood them with money because this is a tactic that your useless parents and grandparents have been accustomed to. So here, Mutahi Kagwe had to insinuate himself in those companies. So I was telling you, fuel started with Kiraito Murungi. Kiraito Murungi is the one who introduced this fuel control and introduced the Energy Petroleum Regulatory Authority. So Kiraito Murungi and his PSs and the people who are there in charge of Kenya Power are the cause. They are the primary cause of the problem. Ruto is just extending their lunacy. So the same thing with Mutahi Kagwe. He delayed these submarine cables. He delayed, and when Uhuru came, now another 4 submarine cables came. Even Telkom Kenya have their own submarine cable. And let me tell you, another stupid guy, another stupid boomer who is always on the media is called Mogo Kibati. Mogo Kibati, now that we have submarine cables, the long on Earth stations were abandoned and they started being cannibalized for scrap metal. And Mogo Kibati was told, oh, there is a project here which we are aligning these Earth satellites so as to create a global project where we are going to find out the origin of human life. And Mogo Kibati just abandoned it. He refused to align with that project because him selling scrap metal, that is the best that they can think of. That, oh, now we don't use these Earth satellites, let's abandon them. That place is now a ghost town. It could have been turned into a museum, but the stupid boomers that we have, the Mogo Kibatis, and the Mutahi Kagwe delayed. Now, let me give you a reference and a comparison between Mutahi Kagwe and the boomers of America. Elon Musk started, before even he started Starlink, he started SpaceX. SpaceX has taken a lot of time, investment, trial and error from the 2000s, but it started well in 2007. Now, after he started SpaceX, he now started Starlink. Starlink started in 2019. Starlink, what happens is he has a spaceship. I think you saw Ruto taking a selfie with a spaceship. That spaceship is called Falcon 9 Heavy. It aligns those satellites for Starlink. Starlink now is a separate outfit for internet provision. Now, let me give you an example of how fast internet should be as opposed to what we are having in Kenya. Because like in Qatar, they are getting 200, 500 Mbps on their phones. What are we getting here? We are still stuck with, 20, 10, 5 Mbps. So Elon Musk has started a company within the last 3 years, which is now providing internet faster than our fiber optic cables, which started being implemented in 2008, 2009. So we have spent the last 10, 15 years, guys are just politicking, thinking of how they're going to insinuate themselves in those fiber optic cables so that they can make money. Elon Musk has created a company with satellites. He's loading them. He says he's going to complete the whole Earth by 2027, I think. But Kenya is now available. When you buy that one, Safaricom, the highest, then the most expensive they are doing is 20 Mbps for 4,100. Now, Elon Musk is giving you over 100 Mbps for like 8,000 or 6,000 per month. You see the difference now, and he has come and is going to overtake all of them as they were arguing, and they have wasted our time. These are the people who you guys think that they are geniuses. I told you this, and they don't like listening. When you tell a boomer, let's sit down and discuss an idea, they don't like, they know it all, but they only know how to primitively acquire. Take care of these boomers. These boomers are useless bastards.